Oh, what is up, bros and hoes? It's Ash Optic Midnight, and today I'm here with Amanda the Jedi.
Amanda the Jedi.
I just pointed the wrong way because I was like backwards, and it's like webcam mirror type of situation.
It's true.
But welcome to this. Oh, we didn't even do an audio test before we started.
Oh no.
It looks good to me. I haven't changed anything, and you haven't changed anything.
I have not. I'm just gonna I'm gonna start recording with Audacity right now.
Yeah, maybe why not though?
Yeah, I'm gonna clap.
Yeah, there we go. We're doing our audio test right as we start. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do the same thing. Guys, listen. This is just top tier production value that you're gonna get out of us here. Okay. Yep. All right, there we go. We're both recording audio as a backup plan. But welcome. We have not done a podcast in like 2 weeks.
Yep.
I feel like lately it's been like 2-week break podcast, 2-week break. Podcast.
There was just lots of stuff going on, though.
Life happened so fast in like October and November.
Yeah.
A little bit of December there, too.
There was lots of traveling in December, and now we're traveling again this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that exciting? We're going to New Orleans.
Me and Amanda and Rachel, and we actually got a fourth roommate. Sick, dude, that you never met.
I haven't. So you lost your free bed. You were like, I booked this hotel. This is my own bed, and now you can't have that anymore.
I mean, I don't really mind,
That's fair.
I'm just going to sleep on one side of it.
No, I think Rachel's going to kick me. I'm going to be honest.
She's a kicker?
I don't know. I've literally stayed with Rachel every trip I've gone to the States other than the Smash Brothers competitions, and I've never actually had to share a bed with her.
Oh, shit. Mm-hmm. Dude, how did that work out every time? I don't even understand.
Because there was either we were usually in Airbnbs that had like a bunch of extra like places to sleep.
True.
And then the one time where we were in like a hotel room, it was she stayed with a different person. I was staying with somebody else in the bed, so we just didn't have to.
Well, It's your lucky weekend, man.
It's finally breaching that gap.
I thought we were gonna since we have a podcast.
No. I was not giving the internet that.
Dude, we're feeling the fire too much, man.
Yeah.
The fire died down a lot since we really just came out about it and was like, dude, no.
No.
Nah,
which is good. Yeah, no.
I mean, there's troll comments, but.
Oh yeah, at this point I think they're all troll comments, which is good.
For sure.
Good. Oh yeah.
So what are we doing in NOLA? I don't even know. Are we?
You don't even know?
We're going to the COD event?
Yeah, we're going to the COD event. We're going to make some content. I'm going to do
down, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to do a lot of the same stuff I did in Dallas. I'm just going to do a big old event overview and kind of talk to some different people and do some different stuff like that. I still have stuff to edit from Dallas too, or just at least get it up from Dallas.
For what?
I'm working on a lot of little stuff. We're putting together.
Footage. I thought you meant vlog.
No, the vlog stuff's all out. Me and
Ashley are going to get macaroni and cheese now, or
No, no, that's all out. All that stuff's out. It's just the other stuff that I'm working on. I'm working on a bigger montage of the event and stuff.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
Some different MLG stuff. So pretty excited.
Show reel.
Yeah, exactly. Show reel.
Show reel. I'm definitely gonna vlog, bro. I vlogged at the beginning.
She literally starts the podcast when we start the whole video thing. She's just holding up the vlog camera, and I was like, "Are you vlogging me right now?" And she's like, "I'm a professional vlogger," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, Ashley, you're a professional."
Dude, no, it's not about the size of the camera; it's how you use it and how you edit. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care what your lighting, freaking crisp.
But I use mine though, Ashley.
$5 billion camera doesn't even look that much better than mine. Doesn't.
It probably doesn't, honestly. But
honestly, we should test it in freaking New Orleans, man.
Well, the G7X is a great camera. It just doesn't do the depth of field stuff as well as mine does.
Yeah,
mine has all that cool stuff.
And it often misfocuses. Is that a thing?
Mine?
No, mine.
Yours wouldn't be too bad. Canon's autofocus is unmatched by any other brand. So the autofocus stuff is
half my shit's blurry, Amanda the Jedi. I don't know.
Well, then maybe you did something to the camera.
Operator error. I don't know, but But my plan is I'm going to vlog the weekend, but not in like a everyday way, but mostly just like best moments from the weekend.
So and you can get like one video for the weekend up at least.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm doing a video from the weekend, and then like I don't know, me, you, Rachel, or whoever.
Oh yeah, we doing stuff.
We can do like other videos. Guys, let us know what kind of videos we should make at New Orleans. If we should do like challenge videos or like, what's those one video? Dude, I wonder, do we know each other well enough to do like how well do you know your duo?
We could try. That would be funny because we could just make up shit.
Thing. That's like Hitch's thing though. How well do you know your duo?
Let's do it.
It's actually like from the Newlywed Game, technically.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Let's do it. Let's do it. We could also do a podcast. I
actually do know enough about you.
Yeah, I think so.
We need to have like Rachel come up with the questions though.
Okay. She'd most likely be down.
I'm gonna like hide all these facts about myself now. Like I'm not gonna give you any hints. You know my favorite movie.
I'm not Googling you right now at all.
Me? Please don't Google me. There's terrible stuff that comes up when you Google me, dude. It's bad. Bro. Okay, maybe it won't happen anymore, but if you go to Twitter and like type into Twitter like Optic MiDNiTE, you'll get like weird Twitters. Like there's one called Optic MiDNiTE's Tits. I'm Optic MiDNiTE's cat, where this guy pretended to be my cat. I don't know if that's still a thing, but there's a lot of weird Twitters out there for me.
Optic MiDNiTE has swag. Yeah, Optic Tigger. MiDNiTE Tigger. Apparently your cat's name is not Simba, it's Tigger.
Well, I had a cat named Tigger. And he actually passed away, so thanks for bringing it up, Amanda. Thanks. Oh, shit, that's information now, though, that you know for the quiz.
Yeah. Which of my animals have died, Ashley? You don't know.
Probably a dog that your parents had, right? Rufus?
No.
No. Is that true, though? You had a dog pass away?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I'm sorry, by the way, but...
Oh, it's okay. It was a while ago.
Damn, time heals, bro.
Time heals.
But yeah, I want to do like videos like that. I want to do like... do you think we should do a podcast, IRL?
We could try it if we have time. Even if it's like a short one.
Yeah, we should do like a short one. Or maybe...
Like a 40... And we could just do it with my camera. Like a 45-minute podcast or something.
Dude, that sounds like so much work and the file would be huge. Why don't we just like IRL stream it?
Yes, we can do that.
And then I just take the VOD and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, it sounds great.
That's smart, right?
Yeah, I'm joking.
Are you okay? Are you?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'll have my laptop. I don't know if we want to try it. We could do it from my laptop, but or we could do it from the event, depending on how good the Wi-Fi is or how much data you happen to have.
Nah, I don't. But we could like set my phone up and do like IRL, and then the only thing is we'd have to look at the chat from your phone.
Yeah.
Either way, we're gonna make it work. Fine. We could upload that next Tuesday. Cause I get home Monday. Yeah. Cool. Glad
I get home. I don't get home early on Monday, but I leave obscenely early on Monday. I don't have to be at the airport at 6. My flight leaves at 6.
Wow.
And that was the only option. Unless I wanted to spend like $1,600 on a ticket, the only option getting home was 6 o'clock in the morning.
Jesus, dude. So you can't go like hard Sunday.
Oh, I'm just not gonna go to sleep.
Dude, are you gonna show up to the airport like crunk or what?
No, I'm gonna be like, just have not slept, sir.
Sir, please don't touch me. I haven't slept. Dude, I can't even imagine like your like resting face.
My resting
4 a.m. at the airport.
I won't be happy. Dude, and literally, I go to the airport with no sleep and then fly to LaGuardia, which is I have heard nothing about horror stories about. I've never been to LaGuardia. Literally, I landed in LaGuardia.
Never fly. I've flown there.
There was no other options.
I've been there twice. If you have to go to New York, please, for the love of God, go to JFK.
Flying to JFK wasn't an option. I thought it was Atlanta because on the way there, it's Atlanta. And then I booked the flights and they send me everything. And it's like here, Toronto, Atlanta, New Orleans. And now on the way back, it's here, LaGuardia, Toronto, home. And I was like,
dude,
why?
You're insane for taking that many flights. Like, you're actually insane. There was no other options.
Unless I wanted to spend like $3,000 on a flight. I don't know why there's 2. I don't know why I have to go to Atlanta before I go to Louisiana. Like, it doesn't, like, why can't there just be a flight from Toronto to Louisiana?
Big hub.
Well, you know, it's fine. I don't mind the Atlanta airport. That one's pretty easy to navigate because they have that underground train thing.
Like a train, subway?
The train. Does LaGuardia have one of those?
I don't know, bro. Probably not. Probably, maybe. I don't know. I went there twice.
I've never heard anything good about LaGuardia.
And it wasn't even like, I didn't have any delay issues, but I heard that that's a thing. But like the inside of it's like dirty, bro. Like nasty. Maybe it's better. This was a few years ago that I was there.
No, I still hear horror stories. The only thing as long as I can make it from point A to point B pretty conveniently, because like
I'm sure
the last handful of trips haven't been too bad, but like I know there's some days I would land in Pearson and then just get thrown through like the ringer. I don't know if they were navigating me to the wrong spot, because last time I landed in Pearson, they put me in a little shuttle that took me to the part of the airport I needed to be in. But like every other time I have to walk up and down a bunch of like literally this is me in Pearson. Downstairs, upstairs, downstairs, upstairs, downstairs, upstairs. Hate it.
Jesus, bro.
Pearson. But yeah.
Traveling sucks, man. I'm saying.
I like planes. I don't like layovers, because layovers from getting from one point to the next in the airport stress me out.
Yeah, that's true. And like if you have a delay, then it just fucks everything up and it's a mess. And you have to do that every time. Yeah,
there's so many chances for error this time. If there's like any bad weather in Canada, I'm probably screwed. Like I don't anticipate any issues from Atlanta to Louisiana, but like, yeah.
Move to Dallas, bro. I have a great airport here.
I love Dallas Fort Worth. There's an IHOP inside it. There's a 7-Eleven inside it. Like it's a good time. There was a Chick-fil-A inside it. I heard about a Chipotle. Somebody was all like, "Come visit the new Chipotle in Section F." And I was like,
"Where?
Where?" Because I didn't get Chipotle last time. I was like, "Oh god."
I like DFW a lot. Actually, it's very easy to maneuver.
I love DFW.
The security lines are always very short because there's so many of them.
There's so many of them.
I love DFW, bro. That's my jam.
Love it.
That's my jam. So I feel like a lot of people will be mad that we're going to talk about this, but I mean, it's impossible not to. Also, we have to put it in the title. It's like a YouTube rule right now in 2018.
Look, I've already got a video about it.
Listen, man, these Logan Pauls and Jake Pauls, man, they're bad, huh? Like,
they're bad. I've always thought they were idiots. And I've never actually taken the time to watch a single Logan Paul video, but for some reason people had led me to believe he was the better of the two, but I don't think that's the case anymore.
He's the younger one, right? Logan is
Jake's
the younger one.
Jake's the younger one. Jake's like 19, Logan's 22.
Get the fuck. Jake's not 19.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. They look so old. Logan looks 30.
Does.
I don't care what anybody says. Logan Paul looks 30.
Dude, Logan looks just like that guy from Dumb and Dumber, bro. Like, you gotta, like, right? He looks just like him.
Let me look at Jake
I'm
Paul's
not a person that disses other people on their looks. All right, listen. I'm never going to do that to somebody. But I'm just saying that guy looks just like the guy from Dumb and Dumber.
Jake Paul, 1997.
That is insane.
And then Logan is probably 95. Yeah, 95. So he is 22.
95. Excellent year. I was 6. So.
It was an excellent year. I think Toy Story came out that year. Excellent.
Good times.
The times.
The 80s were sick, dude.
That one year you were alive.
6 months in the 80s right here.
Hell yeah.
I had the hair, bro.
I was the 90s kid. I had like all the the freaking pink, fluorescent pink backwards cap and the freaking jumper pants. Wow. It was great.
Can we just go back to that time? Because maybe it was just because I was a kid and I really didn't realize everything that was going on, but like everything seemed so much more chill in the 90s.
I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on that we just weren't aware of, because I'm sure there's kids that are like alive right now. They're like, everything's great.
Nah, dude, because you can't even go on Twitter without seeing some crazy shit about Donald Trump or whatever the hell's going on. And back then, the big thing was like Bill Clinton getting head in the Oval Office. Like that was
and that's what I mean. But back then that was a huge deal and everybody freaked out about that. It's the same way that like a couple years ago, the biggest issue in the world, or the scandal everybody was pissed off about, was the fact that Tiger Woods was having a bunch of consensual sex with people that wasn't his wife.
Yeah,
and now that would be like, he's just cheating. He's just cheating. It's fine.
He's just, completely abusing like his wife's trust and
exactly. Because like so many bad things are happening that seemed neutral. But yes, the Logan Paul situation itself.
Dude, I saw your video and I was like, how did she not watch the video? And I was like, let me go watch it, because I found it and I was like, I wish that I didn't, because they made it seem not as bad. It's horrible, dude.
It's pretty bad.
Did you end up seeing it?
Watching some of the clips. I'm not from his channel. I refused to watch it from his channel.
Oh, no, yeah, he deleted it by then. I was watching on someone else's.
I saw it on like a live leak or something, because I just had to know how in depth somebody was like, I think it's fake, and I looked and I'm like, that's not fake.
No, dude, it's bad. And then like there's like other videos of him in Japan just being like pretty disrespectful and really immature.
Totally disrespectful. He does it all the time. I didn't realize he was that bad. I knew he was bad, but I didn't think he was like that level of disrespectful. To even considering he knew what he was doing, to be like, the Japanese are all about the respect.
Yeah, like
and then he's like,
was mocking them.
Yeah, totally mocking them. The thing that pisses me off is like, I don't know if it's because I worked retail for so long, but I hate it when people mess with any kind of retail worker because they can't do anything about it. And if they do, they're going to lose their job. So like when he goes and buys the Game Boy and then smashes it on the street and then goes back inside and be like, oh, it's no work.
Yeah, that was
It seems to be broke. And then the dude's so confused looking at it being like, oh, like, first of all, there's a huge language barrier there. Yeah. He's just trying to be polite.
And he's clearly like making fun of how they talk by saying like that.
I know. I'm like,
it was fucked up to watch, dude. And like that's the thing is like I feel like when you look at his social blade, like it's not even hurting him at all. It's actually probably helped him at this point. I don't know if it's people that are like, oh yeah, that guy's hilarious, let me subscribe, or if it's like, wow, what's he gonna do next? Or I don't know what it is.
And I don't want to, that's the thing, I don't want to entertain people like that, but my thing is that if people had not taken notice of this, and I had seen it on the Sunday, it didn't really blow up until like Monday, Tuesday morning is when people really started noticing it. But I noticed it on the Sunday and was like, there's no way, like somebody's exaggerating something in his video. And then you see the thumbnail and it's actually the thumbnail. And I'm like, so best case scenario, he was going to try to pretend that there was like a ghost. He was going to camp there overnight. And you know damn well that somewhere in the middle of the night, they're going to do that. Oh my God, did you
like other YouTubers have done that before in the same forest.
But they've said things like nothing happened, like we're not trying to be disrespectful. I know that the way he was setting it up was that he was gonna do the fake ghost thing. He was gonna do the waking up in the middle of the night being like, oh my God, like, something just hit the tent. We don't know. Like I know that's what they were gonna go for, but then they actually found somebody who had quite tragically taken their lives probably not that long ago. And then I've like I said, I talked about it quite a bit in my own video, but it's like if nobody had taken notice of the situation and talked about it, that video would probably still be live because YouTube wasn't doing anything about it. And people were like, well, stop giving it attention. And I'm like, but if the intention wasn't brought to it,
I feel
it
like
would probably still be there.
YouTube handled this terribly, by the way. Like
terribly.
I'm not sticking up for PewDiePie and like the fact that he said the N-word or whatever, but that guy like slipped up a little bit, you know? He slipped up
in a really bad way. Slipped up in a way that he shouldn't have slipped up.
That's not really like, okay, I shouldn't say slipped up because like racism and that word is like not an accident, right? Like,
no,
he was
it's not.
Intentionally saying that in a malicious way.
But then it was like immediately he was like, oh shit.
Immediately he was like, oh shit. And then
but he just happened to be live streaming, which means that if he had had time to edit the video, the word would not have been in the video.
Yeah, like that's
and I get it. It's like, I don't want to make excuses for the fact that he said the word. And we had talked about that too and said that it wasn't okay. It wasn't cool. But he had literally nothing but there was like a bunch of footage of this whole event happening, the dead body. They got super close to it.
Oh,
super close to it. They kept making jokes afterwards. At first, I was like, okay, yeah, people deal with things with nervous laughter. That's kind of like normal.
No,
but then when they get back,
this was so bad, bro. And the fact that
when
like
they get back,
so
they're
many
like,
people overlooked.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, this is a good idea to shoot, kind of mock, edit, make the decision to upload. Like,
I think somebody said that the editor, like he made the editor finish. But the editor could literally be like, I am not editing this video. You can edit the video and you can put it up if you want. And they're saying that he forced him to do it. And that's one thing. But then that still means that it had to make it through Logan to actually end up on the channel. And I don't know. There was like one guy in the background that like just did not seem to care. He was just kind of like, huh.
Yeah. Like,
dead guy.
Yeah. I don't know. It was really messed up. I think that like.
I just want to know what kind of bubble they're living in.
Well, that's the thing, too. I was just going to say, like, you've got to be, like, next level, just, like, out of touch with, like, life and reality. Yeah, like you got to think about it. When he's, like, a vlogger like he is and is, like YouTubers, especially those types of YouTubers, like, they think a certain way. Like, what will make it look the most, like, risky or sexual or dangerous or, like, funny? Like,
putting the body in the thumbnail.
Yeah, like, over the top, like, just exaggerated, right? It's not, like, vloggers, well, I shouldn't speak for all vloggers, but, like, vloggers like that, that's not, like, real life, dude. Like they're just filming dumb shit and being stupid.
They are. Well, it's like, because like David Dobrik does stuff like that, but he does it like with his friends in a more like creative way, and the fact that it's almost like a running sitcom with him and his friends type thing. I don't really watch a lot of his videos, but from what I've seen and like what I have, like that's how it feels. This is kind of like vlogging with like set up like social, just screwing around with people. Like it's not you running it through your daily life. It's like, how much crap can I do for a video? And the fact that he sees it as like a TV show. He doesn't even see it as me documenting my life or blah, blah, blah. He sees it as making a TV show is how he words it.
Yeah.
And like, that's just not how I don't know. Because he's not a character. He's himself. And if he's playing a character,
you're really
he's got
not a TV like that's almost disrespectful to TV shows, bro. Because there's so much that like goes into TV shows and like.
And like some people try to defend it being like, oh, there's nothing wrong with going in there and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, there is. It's your choice if you want to go into the suicide forest. I know people do that and they do go through the woods and stuff. And some people go in there kind of like the Golden Gate Bridge to try to find people and convince them not to do it, or just to see if they can like see what's up. And some people go in there for like documentary purposes. So there's like respectful ways to go in there.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Those wouldn't probably include showing pictures of the body, you know, like. I've seen a lot of messed up stuff because of like the degree that I'm from, and I've seen a lot of stuff. Like I've literally seen people. I've seen a lot of dead people. I'm gonna put it. I've seen a lot of dead people, but it's for like, it's literally stuff from crime scene photos and just crime scene stuff like that. Whereas this is just, I'm surprised that the cops didn't make him delete the footage. Honestly,
well, I want to get back to this too. Like YouTube handled this horribly. Like the fact that it trended with their algorithm trended it. Was, I mean, there's got to be some human being that's there, you know, especially when it started to catch fire. Like he was the one that took it down. YouTube didn't do shit.
I know. YouTube had time to, I think, acknowledge the situation before he even took it down. And that's the thing, is they can say, yes, sometimes stuff ends up on trending that we don't have anything to do with. But it's one thing not to be able to keep track of everything going on your site, but it's real easy to keep track of what ends up on trending because it's like 10 videos.
Yeah.
It's like, and this was number 2. This is a number 2 trending video.
Even when it was catching fire, they were like, whatever, even though it's like against terms of service.
It is. And it's just like, they didn't, it's, my opinion, showed distinct favoritism, whether or not they want to acknowledge that or not. In my opinion, there's like.
And they're still having his dumbass YouTube Red stuff come out. Like.
Which is ridiculous because in my opinion, what he did is like way worse than other people who have done things, who have had their channels like pulled for
real, like, Amanda the Jedi. I'm disappointed with how YouTube has handled literally its entire site over the last year or two.
I know. Because even my Facebook was mad about it. Like when the PewDiePie stuff happened, like there was a couple people that were mad, more so when the Wall Street Journal article came out last year. Not so much this last time where he actually said the N-word. Like people were more upset last time.
Yeah.
But for this, like my entire Facebook, and like that's how I judge how big something got. If it hits my Facebook, I'm like.
If
within
like
a few days,
it exists, like
if it hit Facebook right away and not like 6 months down the road where people are sharing Joey Salad stuff and I have to be like, this dude's pissed in his mouth, like then I know it's real. So like for it to get that big and then to just be like, oh, you know, like if we feel like it's like for educational purposes. Well,
yeah, they're like, did you see their statement they released?
Yep.
It was horrible.
Oh, I did. It was so bad.
This shit makes no sense, Susan. Come on, man, you're better than this.
Yeah, I like to believe that people are better than that, but. Here we are.
I don't know, man. And like my house tour, my apartment tour, I know he demonetized the video before they even had a chance to, but like there's still a sweeping problem with their algorithm and like their monetization. Like I have a completely normal video that gets uploaded and it gets demonetized. Like
the video with me and my mom, it's fine now, but for like 2 days it was demonetized.
Oh, dude,
they were like not suitable for advertisers.
When you're getting the most traffic almost.
I know, even that's what people don't understand.
My videos are actually do better later. Like
mine are getting depending on the video, a lot of mine are getting more retroactive views, which is cool in my opinion. But
I mean, yeah, it's cool the algorithm to do that, but like, but no, I think it is really shitty just how they handled it and how it even was allowed to get to where it was. And then people just started re-uploading the content, which I understand was like really hard to control.
But then that stuff got on trending. That's what pisses me off. How did the re-upload stuff make it to trending after you already acknowledged the fact that it was messed up? And then it's clearly stolen content. Stolen content shouldn't be able to make it to trending anyways.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. Like it was one of the weirdest things I've seen on YouTube for sure.
Yeah, and like now a lot of them are being re-uploaded and then blocked out when it's playing, and then it links you to a live leak that has it all filtered.
That's crazy, dude.
It is crazy.
I'm disappointed. I
hope the family knows who it is now. I hope that at least that the person who killed themselves. I hope that his loved ones are now aware.
If that was your family member, dude, I would be fuming.
I know.
I would be so upset.
I hope they do a really good job just making sure that they never tell anybody who he is. Like, because people won't leave him alone.
Yeah, it's messed up, dude. Speaking about Facebook and like things getting to Facebook, you know the guy who like made us evacuate Dallas?
Yep.
He called in the SWAT call that got innocent, totally just random person got his shit raided and he was shot and killed. Yep. My dad linked me it. He was like, check this out. I was like, oh, Dad, I know all about this.
We're behind the times. Yeah. I've literally, been a part of this. That's what's heading my Facebook too. And I had to be like, oh my God, the guy's done it before. And I'm like, yeah, I literally uploaded a video like a week ago of like getting evacuated from a building twice. And it was this dude.
Dude, yeah.
And they're like, oh.
Did you see that? Well, I read something. He got charged with like some felony that's probably not going to really, it seemed like obviously a felony is a felony, but like,
yeah, I can't remember what it was.
Low grade, like low punishment type of felony.
His bail is set at like $1 million though. So like he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
They might be like trying to get him with some other stuff pending the big.
Should be involuntary manslaughter in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that there was something I was reading where if you cause a death with another felony, which he did, if he's tried and convicted that he did, then he could really face like 10, 20 years, 5, 10, 20 years.
He needs at least 10 because he'd been arrested before, has shown time and time again that he had no respect for the situation, was literally saying like, I'm going to get everybody evacuated. And the thing that is now causing a lot more drama, though, is that they're saying that he was still on the phone with the operator 6 minutes after the guy had been shot, meaning that there should have been no way that they should have thought that he was the assailant. So there should have been no. I'm not going to try to call the cops on how they're doing their job or what they think happened in the moment because I wasn't there, but I know that there's been a lot of like weird fishiness going on there with how they're dealing with like the camera footage and stuff, and they're saying that he looked like he was like reaching for his waistband or something.
Did you see the video?
Yeah.
I feel really sick even like thinking about that I watched it, but like I watched the video and I mean I'm not a police officer and I'm not like a
yeah,
but
I just
totally looked like they should not have shot him, man. I feel so terrible. Like
I know
and his family is like taking that angle too. Like
they are because like and they're the ones who really fought for the fact that it's like the operator was clearly still on the phone like a long time after you guys discharged your weapons, and there should have been no way that was miscrossed. Like I understand obviously an operator's on the phone with somebody, the police officers can't be aware of what's going on 100%, but like I feel like that there was just a lot of mistakes that happened there.
No, there was a lot of bad things that happened, but it just goes to show like and if you heard the 911 call of the swatter kid that called him in, like he was very deliberate and knew just what to say to get them to go there and posture the way that they did, right? And so obviously he can't control what happens after that, but he still played a huge part in that.
Well, he went overboard. It wasn't just like I shot my dad. It was like I shot my dad and I have my mom and my sister in a closet and I'm pointing the gun at the closet and I doused the entire house in gasoline, so I might just set it on fire. Like, why did you need to add that part? They were already going to come for the gunshot. They were already going to come for the hostage situation. Why did you add and he's 25. I feel like we need to exemplify the fact that he's a 25-year-old man.
That's crazy.
25-year-old man. I thought he was like a 16-year-old kid in the UK that couldn't get like extradited or something, and find out that he is a 25-year-old man living in the United States, pulling this shit, for one, thinking that nothing's going to happen, and two, not realizing that he's like, why? And he's trying to blame the kid. He's being like, they told me I had to. They wouldn't leave me alone. I'm like, you're a 25-year-old and you're trying to say you got coerced into swatting someone?
And he had a huge reputation for doing it, like calling in bomb threats on like people. And this idiot went on freaking Drama Alert and said that he likes to do it and stuff. So it's like, this guy's just a total like basket case.
He is. And how do you feel about that? How do you feel like about Keemstar giving him a platform to talk on?
I don't know. I think that like, I think Keemstar showed a good opinion about it. He was like, this is horrible and I don't agree with anything that you just said pretty much. But like, my first gut reaction was like, why the fuck are you talking to this kid?
Yeah,
like,
I didn't agree with giving him the platform to talk on.
Well, and I think like it influences other people, right? Because like this kid, I mean, obviously this kid's gonna get in, or he's not even a kid, he's a 25-year-old person.
I mean, I feel like we have to clarify every time.
25-year-old person.
He's older than like, Logan Paul. So like, if we're gonna hold Logan Paul to these standards, we're holding this guy to these standards. He actually got somebody killed, like,
yeah, like,
and didn't think it was a big deal.
No, yeah, that was a thing too that I really like. He seemed to feel like no remorse, which is
I wasn't the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean he wasn't, and I do agree that the officer is clearly like at fault, but like
that's what I mean. There's like two separate situations here. There's like, even if you had not got this guy killed, what you did was messed up, and you deserve to get arrested a long time ago.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Like, come on, man. Like, that's what I mean. This is like probably one of the most unique cases where it's like what one person did has gotten somebody else killed, but the person shouldn't have died anyways because of this action. It's like so many weird puzzle pieces.
It's sad too, though, because like I mean, I've been swatted. I know tons of people that have been swatted. In my head, I'm like, this has crossed my mind before. I'm like, what if? Because you hear about stuff like I heard about like one, raid team went in and like threw a flashbang and it hit like a crib and it hit a baby and it, like like that stuff. What if like I'm sitting here playing games with my soundproof headset on, and I have like a gun or something to arm myself because who knows who's gonna come in my door, right? I have home protection, right? So if my door gets knocked down, I'm gonna try to protect myself, right?
Yeah, and then a SWAT sees you with a gun, they're like, okay, confirmed.
I don't know if it's like different states handle it differently. At least in Minnesota, when I got swatted, they called me like many times, and they told me that they would not bang in the door, that they have to talk to me first.
Okay. I feel like different
I don't know
states
if that's a state by state thing.
I feel like that's even like a jurisdiction by jurisdiction thing. It just takes one person in charge.
Even when I had to go outside, they were like, please put your hands up when you go outside.
Yeah.
And I was like, got it, dude. So I went out the door like this and shit. I was like, it was so embarrassing too, because it was like in front of my apartment complex. Yeah. But I mean, I expected it to happen though. Like it's just a part of like our world. So
yeah, I feel like I should like notify my local police departments about it just ahead of time.
That's where I'm at.
Like, I'm going to be like, I don't want to deal with them being like, yeah, so like, why do you think this is going to happen? Like, what did you do to make you think that this is going to happen? I'm like, I didn't do anything. It's just that people are dicks.
Now with stuff like this happening though, it makes it easier to show them and be like, hey, look at all of these examples of what has happened, and this is why it's a thing, and this, I'm just letting you know that, I mean, and I think the old Optic House had something like that. It's like, hey man, if we get a call, it's probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe hit us up first, type of thing. So, and I think we'll have something like that here too, because there's so many of us living here.
So many of you on spot, yeah. Dude, it's just crazy.
It is crazy, and I think it's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just, I remember when I was a kid, pranks was like calling a random phone number in the phone book and being like, hey, is your refrigerator running?
You better go catch it.
Right? Like, I feel like that was like the prank. And, I knew that. A house or TP in a house.
We didn't do that. I had the one kid like calling KFC about their breasts.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah.
Like, did you work at KFC or you?
No, it's just like the kid would call from the public phone that was literally right next to the office, and then just ask KFC about their like breast selections. I can't even remember what he said, but it was like literally being like,
dark meat chicken breast or that light meat?
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. Being like, can I see them? Are they firm? Like stuff like that. And like right next to the office. That kid landed in juvie. I think he's in jail now. Good life.
Speaking of good life, is it too early to ramp into life advice?
We can go. I actually got a couple more questions while we've been sitting here. Dude, I got one that's kind of like sad, and I feel like we got to answer it before the other one that I told you about.
Shit, a real one? Like a real life advice
I think it's a real one. It's like, do you think life is worth living? I don't. I need some advice. Help. Okay, first off, I think that we are probably not equipped to help you in the capacity that you need help. For one, I will say that I do believe that life is worth living.
Yes.
There's so many reasons to be alive, and I understand being at a point in your life where you think that it's not worth living and that nothing's ever going to get better. But like, just find a couple passions, find a couple things that you're just so into, and just find a way to just kind of do that as much as possible. And it just, just little things like that can really help. But for like, if you're at the point that you really don't think that life is worth living, there are so many different resources for you. You can literally Google. We'll put the resources down below. There's like one website that literally you just click where you are in the world, and it gives you every possible resource that you can call in your separate region, in your country. If you're young in Canada, you can call the Kids Help Phone. In the States, there's like the National Suicide Prevention Hotline.
We will link this stuff in the description as well.
All be linked down below. Like there's literally this one website that you just like click where you are in the world, and it'll give you every possible resource for any kind of suicide prevention. But like, if you just feel like you need like a little bit of help right now, and like you don't feel like there's anybody you can talk to, just find like one thing that makes you happy, and just find a way to do that every single day.
Yeah.
And just find something that you're passionate about, and just like stick with it.
Or even like reach out to like a support group. Like they have online support groups. They have support groups that meet up like at churches or whatever nearby, hopefully wherever you live. Like I think support groups and finding people that are kind of going through the same thing is so helpful. Like it seriously helped me so much in high school having like a support group like that.
Or just somebody you can talk to, or somebody who's on the other end of it, somebody who's been there and like has been through the ringer and can honestly say that like, I'm happy. And like one thing I don't necessarily like to bring it up, but there's like a documentary about like the Golden Gate Bridge, and people who have like jumped and survived have always said that like after they jumped, they realized that like every single one of their problems was just so small, and that they wish they didn't do it, and they're glad they didn't die. Every single person, like not one person had been like, I wish that I had not survived. Like they're always like, you just realize how small everything is. So I feel like it's definitely worth living. Even if you feel very like down right now, and like, I just think
I agree, man. I've been at a point in my life where I was like, it's never gonna get better, dude. Like I thought it would. I was young too, so I don't know if this person's young or older, but either way, like people face struggles like this all the time. And I personally like, especially like opening up advice stuff from you guys. Like I feel ill-equipped to help you, especially because I don't like know you personally. But like those resources or finding someone important in your life that you can talk to is really important. And I think like, I don't know, whenever I was in that mental state where I was like, it's never going to get better. Like this is horrible. Everything in my life is terrible. I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't like found my thing yet. I hadn't found my thing yet. And, you know, it was really hard. But now that like I have found my thing, or like, I think about this often. Like every time I watch a new TV show, I get addicted to it, or I find a new band and I realize how much I love their music. I'm like, holy shit! If I, you know,
you wouldn't
like
have experienced
those joys,
it.
Experiencing those joys is always there. You know,
like,
and
sometimes it's good to sometimes it's good to set low term goals. Like if like it's not a way that I want to think or want to encourage people to think, but if you were that down, find something that you want to like. Oh man, okay, well, you know, I can't die without seeing the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. I can't die without seeing the last season of Game of Thrones. And if you can always find that next thing, just to be like, you know, I have a concert that I have to go to next month, or it's like, oh, I have a concert to go to that month, or like this is happening this month, or it's like my sister's birthday is this month. If you can just find that next thing to kind of hold on to, eventually you'll just get to a point where you're like, I can't believe I was gonna end it back then. I can't believe that I've come so far. And I just think, and it's also sometimes you can make really, really beautiful things out of the roughest moments of your life. So just
dude, for real, going. Like you're gonna grow the most when you are the most uncomfortable or the most unhappy, I guess. I think that it leads to like resilience. You find out how to deal with things. You learn what's your way of getting through things, you know? Like you kind of,
being a human is all about adapting. So
for sure, dude. Like that's nature,
just
bro.
Find a way to push your boundaries, and find a way to just find things and push your boundaries in a way that makes you happy. Yeah. So you're like, you know, always push yourself to learn new things, or if there's something that you were ever interested in, just be like, I'm going to learn how to do that today. I'm going to start doing that. Just take little steps.
The problem with that that I faced before was finding motivation. It was like, well, I don't know what I like to do. Well, how do I find out what I like to do? Well, you got to do things. But like, you got to try when you're at that point, you don't feel like doing anything.
No. Sometimes you have to be like, this is a tactic. You just sit and you think, 1, 2, 3, go. And just get up. And then as long as you're up, just find one thing to do. And even if you only manage to do one thing, whether that thing is take a 5-minute walk or just go grab a book and read a book.
Make your bed. Make your bed makes me feel so good in the morning.
You know,
I'm like,
literally just do that. Or
like I start off my day like on a positive note.
Yeah, just one little thing. And then, you know, you can sit down and then you think of something else and just like 1, 2, 3, go. And on go, no matter what, you just get up. And it's like, obviously that has a little bit more to do with like procrastination and laziness than this, but like it's still a good, if you can just do one thing a day, it helps put you on the right foot. But yeah, we will have all the links for things down below so that you can talk to some people that are like professionally trained.
Yeah, I do. I mean, even though everything we just said, I think is pretty good.
I think so too.
But whenever I've opened up email stuff, I get this. This is the biggest question I have. And it's like, I don't know how to like.
Yeah, we don't want to
everything we just said
thing.
Like to so many people, other than like have it be on the podcast, which is really good. You know, this will reach like maybe other people that are going through the same thing.
Yeah, because I've been through low points and I've been through situations where I didn't know what I wanted to do in life, and I've been through like I used to like spend a lot of money on things to like account for the fact that I didn't feel complete in my life. Like there's a reason why I ended up with like 5 guitars at one point, because I just couldn't, like I was just, I'm like, no joke, had like 4 electric guitars, like a hollow body, an acoustic, and a bass, because like I just couldn't. They're gone now, except for like I have like 2 electrics and a acoustic left now.
Do you which is like both of your electrics?
Possibly, yeah, probably. They're like very different. One's a Mustang and one's an SG.
No.
Yeah. It's a Daphne blue Mustang.
Get the fuck. My birthday's in July. Amanda, if you want.
So is mine. So if you want to.
I'll trade you.
You'll trade me.
Yeah.
But no, like I used to just spend money on things just to like feel complete, and it doesn't work. So it's just, then I started spending money on things to do things with, and that's how I ended up with this. And I use it like every single day. So, and I feel good when I use it. So it's not that using it, not that I couldn't buy a bunch of guitars and like make beautiful music and stuff. It's just I did not have a use. I'm not Slash. Who did I think I was, needing 4 electric guitars, a hollow body, and acoustic?
That would be like the first thing I would show people when they come over. I'd like put them on display by my door. I'd be like, oh, I had one of those, I have my 5 electric guitars. You know, I'm pretty good. So
like at the time, like I wasn't even like, if I was in a band, but I was the vocalist. Like I didn't need that many guitars. So it was like other stuff too, but like that's what I mean. Just like, try to find one thing that you're interested in and just do little things to try and maybe work towards doing it more. That's a good tip.
You gotta find your thing, man. Once you find your thing, it's gonna be all gravy, baby.
Yeah, it's true.
Is there a second advice question? This advice question is lit, dude.
Yeah, we got a lot. So, do you believe that friends can eventually begin a relationship with one another? That was the one,
right?
You
go first, because I would like to hear your answer, and I also kind of know my answer already.
There's different answers to this. So for one, I want to just specify that if you're one of those people that started being friends with a girl or a guy because you thought that they owed you a relationship, and then they're more interested in being friends, and you're just trying, and you've asked them out and they've said no, sorry,
that's the bad way to go. Don't go that way.
And then you just try to be like, oh, I'm just gonna hang around until like
I'm in the friend zone, guys.
Yeah, the friend zone's not real. Like you can argue that all you want. The friend zone is not a real thing. It's not a real thing. It's not a real thing. Literally, I blame the show Friends for the friend zone, and Ross is a terrible character. So nobody should ever try to be like Ross. Terrible person, terrible character. Fuck Ross. So mad, bro. I'm getting a T-shirt with that made on it. But I think that if you're just like the type of person that you've met somebody and you were friends, and like maybe you guys were dating different people, or not even dating different people, and you just kind of like living your life, and then something happens that you're like, you know what, like why don't we go on a date? And then the other person will be like, yeah, sure. Like, I believe that it's something that can happen. I do believe that you probably know right away when you meet somebody whether or not.
I know immediately within seconds of meeting someone. That sounds really bad. Within, just like attractiveness wise, I know I'm like, okay, yeah, I could potentially see that person in that way, maybe.
Yeah.
And then, like, you find out either they're a weirdo or not really your type because their personality's weird, or you find out their personality's awesome. Like, it can go either way. And so...
Yeah, I agree. Like, I have friends who were, like, one person was, like, kind of into her, and she was dating somebody else and wasn't really into it. And then, she broke up with the person she was seeing, and then it was, like, months later, he was just kind of like, would you be interested in going on a date? And she was like... I guess. And then they ended up hitting it off. And sometimes you just don't know until you go on that date. But if the person's just not down for a date, then you back off. Oh, yeah. And then if you think they might be into it in the future, it's their job to go to you because you've already put your cards on the table as being interested. If they say no, it's just like.
Maybe this is how I like just always was. I'm trying to think of every like relationship I ever had. It always started with me immediately being like, yeah, like, yes. Cool, you're cool.
I would agree. There's people that I've met and then kind of been like acquaintances with, and then like down the road talked to more, and then we've like dated or like maybe would have been interested in dating or something like that, and then you know.
Have you ever had a friend that was like interested in you that way and you were not?
Yes.
And that's not fun, right? Like, how do you handle that?
Honestly, you be very honest with them. If it's hard when they don't put it out there. If they're just kind of like awkward about it and and they tell other people, so the other people tell you, but they never actually approach you, then it's hard to deal with.
That's awkward.
Because you don't want to be the person.
That doesn't happen to me. That sounds awful.
Oh, that's happened to me. That's happened to me, and it's been awkward. And like the worst part is that they were dating someone, and the person they were dating knew, and I was just this is the most awkward situation.
Hold the phone. What?
Hold the phone. Okay, I've had it happen a couple times where people have been interested in me and I haven't been interested in them, and I just wanted to be friends.
But they were in a relationship?
Yeah, one of the worst situations I can think of.
Going on over there?
It was a very long-term relationship that I think they wanted to get out of. He wanted to get out of and just didn't know how to get out of it. And I was just like, I am not down to clown with this situation, even if you were a single bucko. He used to come in, bucko.
Buddy, old pal.
Yeah, he used to like that was the thing. Like I didn't really know him that well. Like when I was working at a CD store, he was working at the video game store, and every once in a while he would just come in and be like, "Hey, what's up? Oh, you play music? We should play music sometime." He actually got me back into gaming.
Oh.
And got me into YouTube originally back then, but like he had a girlfriend, and the girlfriend was like knew that he was like straying because I feel like he had just done this a couple times, and like she was just.
That's messed up, bro.
And I'm like, and I was seeing somebody at the time, and it was just a very weird situation all around. But either way, it was high school. But yeah, I've had it happen where somebody was into me and I wasn't into them. A couple times I went on the date just to see, because sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you're like,
no, yeah, that's what I was I mean,
let's go on a date and see if there's more chemistry here. And then you're like, no.
I think that people can definitely be friends and then be together, but like, I don't know. I guess I've never really experienced it. I've never like been real like long-term friends and then just been like, oh yeah, let's just see what's up. But I think it's possible. I mean, anything's possible. But I do like everything that you said, like about like someone like harboring feelings and then kind of holding out. Like that's not really healthy for friendship.
No, it's not. And if you're one of those people who literally, I don't want to say, because I know it happens on both ends, but I think stereotypically it's usually like the guy who's been friends with the girl for her whole life and feels like he's like owed something from her.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's vice versa.
She just doesn't
but then
know
never,
yet
but then
that we're supposed to be together.
Yeah, but then you never say anything about it, and then you just get mad when she dates other people. At least shoot shot.
Yeah.
At least, like, if you are that into her, you have to be like, look, I don't want to ruin the friendship, but I just want to let you know that I have feelings for you. And if you are not okay with that, that's okay. I might need a minute to just kind of like get myself in check, but I just need to know if I can, like, if I should, because knowing too helps. If you just live your life not knowing what she would say or what he would say, you gotta at least
if the other person like is not interested, it makes it easier to just be like, oh, okay, whatever.
Because then you're like, okay, well, now I can put all that energy that I was putting on you onto someone else or into something else or myself. Exactly. So I think that I'm not saying that you should be like, I love you, but like just
do that, bro.
put it out there and be respectful. And if they say no, just be like, okay, I'm cool. Like it's fine. I might need time.
You gotta be like, listen.
I might need some time to myself just to kind of like get over this now, but I don't want this to affect our friendship. Or maybe you need to know yourself well enough to know that you can't be friends with them because you do just have such strong feelings, and that happens sometimes, and it's sad. But long story short, I do think that friends can eventually begin a relationship as long as like everybody's down to clown.
I'm about to say some deep shit, bro.
Say some deep shit.
Love is friendship set on fire. That's a quote from something. I didn't make it up. Or maybe I did. I don't even know.
I feel like I've heard it before.
Like a MySpace status or something.
It sounds like a Tumblr thing.
Nah, don't
And
fucking
you had to
Tumblr.
finish the search query and it just popped up. It's a Jeremy Taylor quote.
Shout out to Jeremy Taylor's MySpace page. I'm just kidding. But yeah, like, I actually believe that. I think that love is friendship. It's just a different type. It's a relationship, obviously. But, like, the best relationships are founded with a strong base of, like, caring for each other and being friends and, like, hoping that person succeeds at life with or without you.
Yeah, exactly. No, totally.
Boom.
So, boom.
Powered down love advice and life advice all in one thing. Do you have any more? Or
I do. Hang on here. There was like a couple. So that was that one.
We are helping you guys, man. Hey, you know how like the other night we like trio streamed and it was like lit because it was like a weekend?
It was super lit.
What if we called that like powered up?
Oh, I'm down.
Are you down for that? That was hilarious.
Okay, this is actually kind of leads into the last one. There's 2 other questions. If we don't get to both of them today, we'll get the other one next week, dude. Because yours was a good one too. It was very dramatic and juicy, but this one ties into the last one. A girl told me that she had a boyfriend when I mentioned doing something together, but I'm fairly certain she doesn't have a boyfriend. What do I do? Is it game over for me? In my opinion, yes.
Yeah, she's just not interested.
Yeah, she doesn't.
She should just tell you that, though.
Yeah, she should have just said, sorry, I'm not into hanging out, or just try to deflect it by being like, yeah, let's get an entire group of friends together or something.
Yeah.
But if she doesn't have...
to me.
That happened to you?
I don't want to interrupt, bro.
Okay, you tell your story after I'm done laying some wisdom.
I was so confused. Yeah, you lay your wisdom. I'm going to tell you all this confusing thing.
Because there's different ways. Sometimes people will do that if they're nervous about meeting one-on-one for a date type thing. But she should have just said, no, sorry, or, just, yeah. So my opinion, there's only 2 reasons why she would tell you she had a boyfriend. One, she actually has one, in which case it's game over for you. Back off, be respectful, and, if they break up, take your shot. But
or she knew that would be... like,
yeah, or she knew you were asking her out on a date and didn't know how to say no, so she said she had a boyfriend. So honestly, if she said she had a boyfriend, either scenario here is game over for you.
Dude, she should have just been like, I'm not interested in seeing anybody like that, or like, I'm dating myself. Sorry.
Like, she should have been more upfront about it. But yeah, if she said she had a boyfriend, in my opinion, there's like no scenario on that that's
you're not
good. Sorry, man. But
like
in
a couple of months, be like, so you still got your imaginary boyfriend, or what's up?
No, don't do that. That's so passive aggressive.
Yeah, that is. Dude. It is.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, man. It just if she said that, she's not interested, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, I agree. She's not. Dude, my voice, it's leaving, bro. Yeah.
It's like, that's fine. It's like what like I said, there's either 2 scenarios. It's either she is taken or she lied to you because she didn't want to hang out. And I know that sounds really blunt, but like, I'll be the blunt one because she couldn't.
Dude, yeah, honestly, I would rather have somebody straightforward anyway. You don't want that kind of guessing game in your life, bro. Move on. It's all good.
Well, yeah.
Move on.
What were you going to say? What were you going to say about your confusion?
This was a long time ago. I was like 19 and man, I don't know why I'm letting this like hurt my feelings still. Like I had an ego about it maybe.
Yeah, actually, but I was 4 years ago.
Okay. I was like 19 and I met this person who was dating one of my friends at the time. And it was one of those things where like I said, I immediately knew. I was like, okay.
I could date you.
Hello. Yeah. I would hang out with you. So they break up.
Yeah.
And then this chick starts talking to me. And I'm like, okay, sup? I'm like, you want to hang out? She's like, yeah. So we go to the movies. We go see Wall-E.
Okay.
Great movie. I don't know if she was nervous. I don't know if I was nervous. I don't know what happened. But then, like, in the middle of the movie, I see her, like, looking at her phone a lot. And she's, like, texting. And I'm like, damn, I bet you're texting your ex, man. This is shitty, dude.
See, I would have been like... date over. She's on her phone in the movie. It's done.
Oh my God, Amanda, you would have flipped out about your movie theater etiquette shit. It was like a little slide phone too. No. It was like the hard texting. It didn't even have a keyboard.
Yeah, no.
So I noticed that, and so in my head I was like, oh man, this is clearly like hashtag too soon, before hashtags.
Yeah.
And so, but then she like keeps expressing interest in me. She's like, she's showing interest in me. So I'm like, all right. Want to hang out? And she's like, sure. And I was like, cool, I'll see you at this time. And then like just before, she's like, hey, can I bring my friend? And I was like, hello? What? Like, yeah? I told her, yeah. But in my head, I was like, why are you like doing this right now? Like, that's a bad sign, right? That's like.
Usually.
I mean, maybe.
It's either the friend's trying to like, you know.
So I was like, all
third
right,
wheel,
whatever.
And
girl.
She just too awkward to say no.
Maybe, yes. I don't know if like she felt awkward or like she really just loved her friend. But long story long, her friend, I met her and I was like, oh no.
Never mind.
You're about to ruin my whole life. And she did.
She did.
So I met her and I was like immediately switched to her. She's, seemed more stable. She wasn't like unstable like this other person.
Yeah.
And so, but then I got myself into a pickle because there was a second time where she asked me to hang out, the original girl.
Original.
I was like, sure. And she's like, oh, but can I bring my friend, the one you met? And I was like, abso-freaking-lutely you can. And so she did. And then it was like a split. So then I hung out with the other girl by herself because she didn't ask to bring the other girl with her. And I was like, sick, dude. So long story long, bro, don't bring your friend. It was really awkward.
Your friend might be Mrs. Steal Your Girl.
It was so awkward because I started hanging out with the other girl. She came over and then she had left, and the original girl texted me yo, can I come over? And I was like, what? She literally never asked to come over before. I was like, yeah, sure. And so she came over, and she was like, oh, so-and-so told me that she was hanging out with you today. And I was like, yeah, we hung out. And she's like, oh. I don't know. She acted all. Was I an asshole? Do you think?
Well, she's the one who kept bringing her friend on dates.
I mean, okay, was it a date? Maybe I was just confused. Maybe
Well, you know what?
People. But at the end, she.
Well, then if it wasn't a date, she shouldn't have been offended.
Exactly, but at the end, she acted all oh, you're hanging out with so and so now, and I was like, yeah,
Dude, your 19-year-old drama sounds like the 14-year-old drama. That was just people needed to step up and just say what they feel. And
oh yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
You avoid so much conflict if you're just hey, by the way, yeah, we were communicating via MySpace bulletins and status messages though at that time.
I noticed that you took me out of your top 8.
Dude, I literally physically moved the
7.
new girl ahead of her, bro.
You do that, and then they're like, oh my god, why am I not 4th place anymore?
Dude, yes, MySpace top 8 caused so many problems
MySpace
for so many people.
Yeah, because you had to be who the hell do I put on this top 8? Oh my god.
Oh, I was the worst, man. At one point, I put a girl above my best friend.
Your best friend was like, I see how it is.
Yeah, I felt bad. I still to this day, 10 years later, feel bad that I did that. I'm like, that was
dude, MySpace lame,
Bro.
drama.
There was tons of MySpace. I miss MySpace so much. When Facebook came along, I was so disappointed. I'm you can't. Well, hold on. You can't HTML code your own little background now. What happened?
No. Just nothing. It
was never the same after that.
It's never the same.
But anyway, I don't even know if that story was worth telling. But I wanted to.
No, it's a good. I understand.
You shouldn't invite. If you invite another person on your little get together, it's pretty much seen as not a date, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Unless they're hey, I know we had plans tonight, but my friend is in a really tough situation. Is it okay if she comes and I'll make it up to you another time? Then it's okay, you were acknowledging the fact that this was supposed to be a date, but now there's an issue and you're going to make up for it later. That's acknowledging.
Damn.
You know?
You know just what to say, Jedi.
I do.
That's what she should have said.
That's what she should have said.
Totally picked up what she was putting down. But
yeah, but then you would have met the other one and you would have been like...
And couple that with the fact she texts you after the movie where we were watching WALL-E, I was like, oh, I saw you messaging someone. What's going on? And she's like, yeah, I'm talking to my ex. And I'm like, okay, sick, bro. I just paid for your movie that you talking to your ex the whole time.
We were watching a cinematic masterpiece of color,
dude. WALL-E is amazing, bro.
Yeah. Do we have time for another one, or you're the one?
Yeah. Do you think it'll be a long drawn thing, or?
No, it's an interesting one.
Let's do it.
We got another one after that, but we can save that for next week.
Yeah, save it. How do you have so many, by the way? I
don't know. I never get any, but I think it's because I was right now.
Yeah.
Send me questions.
We need to put right now in our tweets.
We do. I am 19. and in college.
Hold on. I missed the first part.
Sorry. I'm 19 and in college.
Cool.
I work at a hospital, and I'm really attracted to this older therapist that works there.
How much older?
She is in her older 40s.
Oh, god damn!
She winks at me and pats me on the back often. She was also recently divorced. How do I go about asking her on a date? Should I even do that? Thanks. I would say don't do that. There's a chance that she's just looking for some fun, or there's a chance that she's just looking for some like validation from a younger man because she went through a divorce, or a younger person. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, but just a younger person because she's going through a divorce.
I don't know if I'd want to date anybody I was working with. That would be my first instinct.
Like there are situations where that can work, but this scenario could be like seen as like particularly awkward and could make her situation a lot more difficult to deal with than yours. Like you're working at a hospital while you're in college. This seems like this is actually her career, and it could be seen as like unethical, even though you're of age. Just where there's like, I don't know if she's like your boss or something, or if there's like a power dynamic there. Because
dude, the fact that she's winking though is so awesome. Like I love that. That's old school, bro.
It's so old school, but sometimes like older women are just like that. Sometimes people are just kind of like fun and flirty like that, and they don't mean anything by it. And like
what if you like totally read it wrong and you're like, hey, wanna get dinner?
And then she's like, you remind me of my son. Like, what do you like?
And I think my son is hot. I'm just kidding.
Well, now you made it weird.
That is weird.
That's my thing. I don't know if you should do that. Like, if it's one of these things that you really feel like there's a chance, but I wouldn't go at it from like a relationship thing. Like, I don't think that if she just went through a divorce and she's in her 40s, like the last thing she's probably going to want to do or should be doing is starting a serious relationship with a 19-year-old. And if it's just from like a sleeping together perspective, then there's plenty of other people that you could be trying to sleep with that don't work with you. So
yeah, that would be my number one thing is if I'm working with somebody, I don't want to like.
Yeah, like I get that like once you're legally an adult, like age differences aren't as big a deal. But at the age of 19, like you are not fully mature. Like me now compared to me at 19 is very different.
Holy
whereas she at 40,
same, bro.
Yeah, whereas she at 40 is pretty much who she's going to be. She's probably going to go through some, if she's recently divorced, she might go through some kind of like finding myself moments. And maybe she wants to have fun with somebody. But again, I don't think it's good to do it with somebody that you work with. And like I said, the maturity level there, like if you were like 25, I might be a little bit more inclined to be like, okay, like this is a little bit better. But at the age of 19, you still have a lot of growing to do. You're still in college like that. You're still living like one major period of her life, whereas she is like going into her like, you know.
I mean, maybe stability. She doesn't want like a serious relationship. She's being and like that's what flirty. I'm thinking, maybe it's just like a confidence thing.
Yeah, that's why I said if she's looking for validation and confidence boosting, she might not be looking for that to actually go into anything, and him actually acknowledging it might make it awkward at work.
Yeah, so, I gotta side with Amanda the Jedi on this one. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And I would say her as the older therapist, if she wanted to make something happen, she would have to be a lot more like overt about it because I feel like the power dichotomy is in her hands. But that would make it bad for her to go at you if there was like a power thing there. Like I said, I don't know if she's actually like your superior or something. I just don't think it's a good idea.
Or maybe they just happen to be in the same place and doing completely different
it's
jobs.
Hard to say. Yeah, you might be doing different jobs, which wouldn't be as awkward. But like, you know, like if she's winking at you, feel free to wink back, I guess. I would just say that I would not go at this expecting like a long-term stable relationship and find out if like
screw that man, get you a cougar, bro. Ask her out. Ask her at Applebee's, half price.
That's my thing. Is like my thing is that if you're looking for like just a casual encounter, like maybe doing that with somebody that you have to work with isn't the best idea.
Yeah, true fact.
That's it. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's necessarily the worst thing in the world you could do. I'm just saying that like the risk of things going terribly wrong is a lot higher than the risk of things going really right. Just putting that out there.
That's a good angle. I agree with you, Jedi.
Mm-hmm. I think long term. Like short term, you're like, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing illegal about it. There's nothing like if they don't work in the same department, there's nothing like that. But it's just kind of like, how is this going to affect your life long term? And like, that's what we got to think about.
Well, it depends what you're into. Like, I look for somebody that I think I could be with like for a really long time. Some people just look for fun. Maybe she's
They do. That is true. Maybe that is very true.
Fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows, Jedi?
Yeah.
All right.
Who knows?
Should we save the other advice stuff for next
week? We should.
Next week we're going to be in NOLA. So I think we'll try to film a podcast while we're there. Give us some video ideas. Like me, Amanda, Sivers, and Tabitha, the other person who's going to be staying with us. I don't know if she was down to do videos, but like, frick it, dude. We could all do it.
Yeah, we could do it. She could be camera person.
Yeah, she's good on camera. We were doing YouTube back before you guys were even fucking in the realm, bro. In the realm. But yeah, it's going to do it for this week's episode. Make sure to comment what you think. I appreciate you guys listening, especially if you listened all the way till the end. I actually am going to ask Davis, how the hell did they get the Flycast up on iTunes? Because I still can't figure that shit out.
Yeah, because if you can figure it out, I'll do it. Like, if we can just get our separate Audacity audio, I don't mind syncing that up because that'll sound a lot better than the Skype recording through your stuff. So, I don't mind syncing that up and putting it up myself, or at least sending you the file to put it up. But, like, you figure it out. I'll do it.
We can. It's not doing it. It's like because you have to actually like submit it as a certain type of feed to iTunes.
Yeah, because I know for whatever reason he can get his podcast up, but they're still working on getting the Optic podcast up. So there's got to be something that they already had working towards their advantage there, because like the Optic one's clearly more professional. So
boom, roasted Flycast. Okay,
I love the Flycast. I just mean like Optic Gaming, professional gaming organization versus
Nick and Hitch.
Do you ever just think about water? Nick and Hitch.
Do you ever just think about water like that?
I love them. But yeah, we'll work on it.
We are. And like I said, appreciate you guys watching, especially if you watch all the way to the end. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Follow my social media down below. I will put Amanda's social media down below as well. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, whatever. Go follow her. She's funny, cool people. And yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. Simba and I, we say bye. Simba, say bye.
Bye, Simba.
Thank you guys so much for watching. See ya. Good talk. See you out there. Bye, Felicia's.